Hello and welcome to the Sisters for Fitness Wellness Show. I'm Stephanie Gaines-Bryant. We have two very welcome guests today. We have Benita Swindell. She's the president of the Psi Epsilon Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And we've got Kaci Harris, and she's the owner of KM Beauty. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
So I'm having you guys as a guest today because, for one, I haven't had enough young people on this show, and I wanted to showcase a young person who's doing great things. And you are absolutely doing great things. You have your own business. And what did Alpha Kappa Alpha do to honor you recently?
To honor me recently, the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority awarded me with $500 to support my business and take me to the next level. And they gave me so much information on just how I can better run my business and just tips and tricks that I don't have to learn through trial and error now.
Well, tell me, how did you decide that you wanted to begin your own business, that you wanted to start your own thing?
I realized that there wasn't a business out here that was giving the best quality with also affordable prices, especially in my community, and especially with a young business owner. So I just wanted to start my own thing and do the best that I could.
Well, what exactly is your business?
So I do eyelashes and I do hair. So eyelash extensions is a luxury service. I do individual eyelashes, all different styles, classic, hybrid, volume. I started doing eyebrows, and as far as hair goes, I started an apprenticeship at a salon in Bowie, Maryland. And I started off as a salon assistant where I would just shampoo, stock retail, help clients check out, all kinds of things. But now I'm learning so much. I apply color, I do a lot of chemicals now, and I'm starting to take my own clients at the salon.
And I don't know if the cameras are picking up on this, but your hair is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
It is really, it's a symbol of what you do.
Thank you.
It is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, I just thought there was one way to do eyelashes. So can you tell me, what are the different things you can do with eyelashes?
So the most natural set would be a classic set. So you would just attach one eyelash extension onto your natural eyelash extension. So it wouldn't be more volume, but you would just add length. And so there's all kinds of new things now. People get color eyelash extensions, glitter, decals, all kinds of things. So if you wanted a more dramatic look, you would get cluster lashes, and it would be like 4 or 5 lashes fanning out into one onto one individual eyelash. And it would just give you a fuller look, and it's definitely tedious, so it takes a lot of time.
So you do like one at a time? How does that work?
One by one. So I have 2 tweezers. I use a straight tweezer and a curved tweezer. And the straight tweezer I use to single out each eyelash, so I can only do one at a time, or else they'll get stuck together and you'll have a lot of problems. So you definitely have to take your time, be very precise, and yeah.
How did you learn how to do this?
One of my friends, her mom owns a hair salon, and she used to service eyelash extensions, so I took a course under her for about 2-3 weeks, and then I just started going off on my own. And I've been taking refresh courses, but it's been about 2 years since I started.
And you also do eyebrows.
Yes.
What are some of the different things that you can do with eyebrows?
So I do have one eyebrow service treatment, which is a shampoo, condition, trim, wax, and pluck.
You shampoo the eyebrows?
Yes.
Oh, who knew?
Yep.
Wow. How do you know what's right for each woman? How do you know what would best enhance that person's look?
Talk to the person, see what they're comfortable with. Because some people like the dramatic eyelashes, and some people could just never go for it. And everybody finds what suits them. Me personally, I like more of the natural enhancements, just to bring out your own natural beauty, not to change you.
You are a high school student.
Yes, I'm a senior.
Okay, and you go to Bowie High School.
Yes.
How does it feel being a high school student? And I mean, because that's really far ahead of your peers to have your own thing.
I feel like in today's time, a lot of people my age have been running their own business successfully, especially in the pandemic. Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely not alone.
And what are you planning to do after
So
high school?
I am planning to go to Bowie State next year, and their living, learning, entrepreneurship building that they just built, they just let me know that they built a hair salon and a barbershop in there. And so I could do services and teach other students, and they would pay me.
That is absolutely wonderful. I was talking to Benita before the show started, and we were talking about the significance of HBCUs. And I was telling her that when I was a student, I wondered, when I got to be the age I am now, would black schools, HBCUs, still be relevant? And we see, it makes me so proud to see that students like you are choosing HBCUs.
Absolutely.
So, Benita, can you tell us exactly how did you discover Kaci?
Kaci. So our organization is, this is such a huge, entrepreneurship is such a huge thing for Kappa Alpha Sorority, and especially for our chapter as well. So we came up with the idea of having a business pitch for young entrepreneurs. And so it was going to be held in the fall last year, and we only had one submission, and it was Kaci. So we decided that we really wanted to continue with this type of entrepreneurship and educating and helping young entrepreneurs to excel. So we ended up having a program whereby it was called the Promising Pioneers that we held, and it was going to give tips, webinars, how to get started, how to build your business plan to young entrepreneurs or anyone that's interested in starting a business. So we decided that we were going to go ahead and perhaps have Kaci showcased at this program. And so we had two entrepreneurs, successful ones, that actually put on the program. And we had her as one of our showcase. And she got to tell everyone about the business, what she was doing, where she was located, all the great things, where her aspirations are. And we decided we wanted to do something really nice for her because she's actually young, getting ready to go to college, and she's done so much that we wanted to help her business to thrive. And so we were going to award her with something special, and we awarded her with a $500 cash award.
Can we see the cash award?
Absolutely.
Wow. Very good. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Was this your first time? Is this the AKA's first time doing this?
Yes.
Or do you do it every year?
Yes, this was our first time doing this type of a program. AKA has always been very educational with financial literacy. And so one of the things is educating our youth, educating the community on building wealth and starting your own business. This administration is very huge on supporting African American entrepreneurs. And so we wanted to look at the younger kids to just get an idea for them to understand what it takes to really start a business. And you can do it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it, because you can do it. We just have to provide them with the resources and help them and encourage them to continue down this road, and they can be successful.
What do you tell them? What do you think is the most important thing you tell them about having their own business, about being financially responsible? I know when I was Kaci's age, I had no clue.
Well, first of all, one of the things is that don't let anyone tell you you cannot do it, okay? If you find that niche or that's something that you really want to have as a business, go for it. And there's plenty of folks out here that can help you. Of course, we have successful business owners who are willing to help to mentor and help you get you on the right path. And it's nothing like having your own. Being that owner, being your own president, running your operation. And so, you know, if we don't help them, who's going to help them?
Absolutely. Now, Kaci, give me your 5-year plan.
5-year plan.
So after you finish Bowie, what do
After
you
I
plan to
finish
do? And,
Bowie-
oh, by the way, what do you plan to major?
Business.
Okay.
So my 5-year plan, for 2 years, I will be studying with my apprenticeship, and then I'll be done with that. And then I plan to still work at the same salon and perfect my craft, build my clientele, and just do the best that I can. And
Who is
still focus with
primarily your
school.
clientele? Would you say, is it young people, middle-aged people, or just a good variety of folks?
I feel like I have a good variety of people, but if I would have to say a majority, probably older women, because they're very consistent.
Yes.
Yes.
I can tell you, as young people will, as a business person, young people will tend to move around.
Yeah.
If older person, if they like you and like your product, they're going to stick with you.
That's right.
So that's good. So what type of eyelashes are you sporting today?
These are strip lashes, so these aren't individuals. These you can put on in less than 5 minutes. So this is my easy alternative, because you can't do your own eyelashes because the process is shampooing them and then putting an iPad down and taping down your bottom lashes so they don't get stuck to the top, and then priming them, adding the eyelash extensions, and then bonding them. So doing it on your own, it would be very difficult. So I just put these on with black eyelash glue and I'm out the door.
How long does it last?
Individuals or the
Or
strips?
when you do a service with someone, is it 2 weeks, a month, a year?
When I do eyelash extensions, they can last between 2 and 3 weeks.
And then you have to come back, or can you take them off? Is it like with the glue nails, you have to go back to the salon to get them to take it off?
Yes. So you would come back, you can get a removal or you can get a fill-in. The removal process is probably about 10 minutes. It's just a paste removal. You let it sit for about 3 minutes and they all just come off easily, no damage.
Is it dangerous? Are there any glues that some people might be allergic to, or
Some people
contraindications to wearing eyelashes?
Yes, some people do have allergic reactions to certain glues. I always use sensitive eye glue, and I always ask people if they have allergies before we start and anything like that. But you just definitely have to be careful, take your time. There's no rushing when it comes to lashes.
Now, at this point, do you have a studio, or do you go to people's homes, or how do you service the people?
I do have a studio in Bowie, Maryland.
Okay, and we'll give that information
Yes.
after the show, exactly where they can go. Tell me about your background. Is this something that your family promoted, you being in business? Tell me about your family.
Yes, my family is the most supportive. I couldn't ask for any better support system. My mom and my sister, my dad and my brother, they always help me record content. They are always giving me their advice and ideas on how I can build my business and just become better.
Were you born and raised here in
Yes, I've
the
lived
Bowie
in
area?
the same house my whole life.
What part, if you don't mind? We're not going to give your address, but
Bowie, Maryland, like kind of, do you know where like the Fairwood area is?
Yes.
Yes, like over there.
yes. And you're, as we mentioned earlier, you're a student at Bowie High School.
Yes.
And at what point in your journey did you become interested in beauty? Was it early on, or was it over the last 2 or 3 years, or is it were you putting on eyelashes when you were 5, or how does that work?
I started off more just being interested in chemistry and cooking. I loved, like, if my mom had expired food in the cabinet, I would just take it over to my little play kitchen and just concoct things. And then,
Really?
Yes. I used to make my own chapsticks and different color chapsticks and lip glosses. I used to cut my doll's hair, or when I was little, I used to get in trouble for it too. And yeah, so once I learned a more professional way to do it, it was over. I was so obsessed.
Wow. So tell me about, so you're also doing hair, or you're learning to do hair?
I am learning to do hair, but with my apprenticeship, as long as I'm with my senior cosmetologist, I can service clients.
Okay. So tell me about how long did it take you to do the style you have now?
I
And what
didn't do
exactly
this-
would you call that?
I didn't do this myself.
Okay.
One of my friends, she's actually my age that she did this. She's 17. These are called butterfly locks, and it took 8 hours to get done.
Wow. Because they're thicker locks.
Yes.
And what's the process with that?
So she would start off by just sectioning off all the parts and everything, and then she would start to add in like a thicker texture of hair and braid it, and not braid it all the way down. And then she would take like a wavy texture hair and wrap it all the way down. and then she would do like one dot of super glue at the end just to seal them. And then this can last up to 2 months.
Wow.
But I've had it in for about 2.5 weeks.
And what's the maintenance?
Nothing, literally nothing. You
Shake
wake up
and
and
go.
do your edges.
Tell me, what advice would you have to young people who are considering doing something similar, whether they want to start a clothesline, whether they want to do what you're doing, or just venture into other things? What is your best advice for young people?
I would tell young people to find your own lane. Like, don't try to fit in or become like anyone. Do what is you.
And as far as advice in starting something, starting up a new venture, I guess the word would be you can do it.
Yes, I would definitely say find a mentor who you aspire to be like. I would say that's my senior cosmetologist. She teaches me so much when it comes to business, when it comes to handling clients, and just how to stay professional.
Now, Benita, what are some of the things that the AKAs of Prince George's County that they're doing to kind of appeal to young people, to attract young people, and also promote businesses and just being the best you can be?
Absolutely. So we're working with, we have this initiative under this administration called #CAP, which is helping our high school kids to begin to think about college, how to really look at the opportunities there, because there's a lot of kids that say, well, my parents can't afford to send me to college. So we're giving them options, having webinars, having panel discussions, and giving them resources how they can go about going to college without worrying about how it's going to get paid for, which is the number one thing. So that whole program is focused around helping kids to find a school, find their niche, not just a 4-year college, maybe a 2-year college, or even a trade, just to get started, because we know that everyone has to have something, a trade, or like she said, apprenticeship. So we have that program, which we hold monthly, different webinars to help them to excel. And from that, they, have an opportunity to look at some of the schools. We bring out a lot of the HBCUs, introduce them to that, because this organization is very big on HBCUs as well as PWIs as well. But more so, we want to continue to make certain they thrive and understand the culture there. And because sometimes when you go to PWIs, it's a little scary because they're huge. But of course, we promote the HBCUs. We're helping them through that. We also have other programs where we have the literacy programs that we talked about, just how to spend money, how to save money, how to budget, having them thinking at an early age. We have different things on that. We also give them webinars on health and how to take care of yourself, and grooming and keeping yourself up, self-care. Because during these pandemic times that we've had to really grasp to keep all the community together.
Do you know, I didn't realize until COVID just how people are not hygiene conscious as they should. And this has really brought that to the forefront. Something as simple as washing your hands
Absolutely.
can save your life. And then especially if you're living in a dorm type situation, living with other people, having to shower in a hallway shower with a dozen other people or more.
Absolutely.
How to keep yourself clean, how to keep yourself healthy, eating the right foods.
Absolutely.
Because there is no nutritional value in burgers and fries.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. I mean, so our young people, we have to embrace them. We have to at least get them on the right path, or help to get them on the right path. It's up to them to whether they're going to get on it or not. But having those resources available for them. So we're all about giving back to the community, educating awareness.
I also, because I went to Hampton, and I just remember it as being a nurturing environment. And some kids need that nurturing environment more than others. Some kids can thrive in the bigger universities and not have a problem with that. Other kids need that. I needed that one-on-one that I got with professors, like my journalism professor, Miss Knight. I could go to her office. At any time and she would love me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
She would tell me I could do it. She was my second mother. And those are the kind of things, not saying that you can't get that at other schools, but those are the kind of things that you can get at a Bowie.
Oh, yeah.
That you may not be able to get at other schools.
Right.
So I believe that's an excellent choice. And also and I think that's the least concern of some kids when they get to school, managing your money. You know what I mean? I have a son who is a freshman at Howard, and Lord have mercy. So teaching kids to be responsible.
Absolutely.
You don't have to spend every dime that gets in your palm.
It's about saving.
Yes, it is.
It's about saving and building. And, I think that, as we go along, the generations are changing. Different things are changing. And most of the time, children rather hear it from somebody else than to hear it from their parents. So any little tidbit that we can help, or that have that time to help a kid is important to us. And most of the time, it just takes a moment. And most of our programs and events have been through Zoom, through the pandemic.
How has that worked for you?
So we have not stopped. With this whole pandemic, of course, it was a little shocker at first. But within a couple of months, everything was on Zoom or some platform, virtual platform. And it has worked out great. We have been very creative. We've had all types of programs. And we've excelled.
Wow, and that's another thing, just being flexible and being able to go from what you've always known and switch over as the time, you know.
Absolutely.
And you've had a bit of participation.
Yes, absolutely. I think as we got into it a little bit more people felt comfortable, accepted and pivoted, and this was the way of life. We can continue. And with panel discussions, with the webinars, and you get a little fancy or creative. You have your little Zoom rooms where you can do little interactive type things. So it has really worked out.
Do you have anything coming up that you'd like to tell us about?
Well, we are going to have some things coming up in May with the arts program, where it's going to focus on, we have a initiative under the arts, so more to come on that. We'll have it out on our website, whereby we have individuals who will give you a little bit more insight on just the importance of the arts, trying to instill that a little bit more into just not the youth, but also the community, the adults. So we have something coming up in May on that. Stay tuned. We're just fine-tuning a few things. We'll have that. And then also we will have, right now we have our scholarships that we're running for high school students, as well as for students who are already in school that can apply. You can go to our website and get more information on that. So we encourage all students in Prince George's County or in the state of Maryland, go and apply for one of the scholarships.
Also, that can be a problem for kids as well, or can be kind of scary. Applying for scholarships, applying to different colleges. What do you say? Can someone look over and make sure that I said the right things and stuff like that? So I'm sure that in providing your services that you help with that as well.
Yes, absolutely. With the #CAP program that we have helped them to write those compelling statements, continually write those, what do I need to say? How do I say it? Who do I need to get to critique, what I'm going to put out? And so we have helped the students with that as well. Because of course, that's the main thing, writing.
I know, because I really didn't have anybody to help me when I was that age, helping to write that essay, helping to apply for scholarships. And that is so important, because that can scare you out of doing something or going through the process that can easily be gone through, and you can be accepted into whatever or receive that scholarship money that you truly deserve.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a few minutes to talk one more time about your business, what you do, the services you provide, and what you're planning to do with it.
All right. So as far as eyelashes, I feel like my favorite set to do would probably be a hybrid set. It would be a mix between the volume and the classic. So it's an enhancement, but it's still natural looking. As far as hair, I think my favorite thing to do would probably be setting natural curls, just because everybody is just so different. Nobody's hair is the same, and everybody should love their hair.
Everybody should love their hair. As we know, we've over the last couple of weeks, or over the last couple of days rather, with this Jada Pinkett thing and Will Smith, and just the criticism of black women's hair and our hair being different, whether we're bald or whether it's straight or whatever. There's always something to say about our hair. And like you said, all of our hair is different.
Yes.
And I've tried to tell my daughter throughout her entire life, all of your hair is absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful.
And some more of what you would tell your young folks. Are your friends mainly people who do similar things?
Yes. All of my friends are so ambitious. One of my closest friends, Kennedy, she owns a nail business. She's been running for about 2 years. She's talked about partnering with a couple of clothing companies for like models and ads and things like that. Her business is called Ken Nailed It. She's located in a shop like in Upper Marlboro area. She's amazing. She does very beautiful, very technical job.
So like mines.
Yes, absolutely. And she's planning to go to Towson next year.
Very, very good. Very good. And when is graduation this year?
My graduation is June 6th. It's kind of late compared to everybody else.
Yeah, but you know what? At least you're having a
Yes.
graduation, because we know
Right.
over these last few years with COVID and stuff, and that you'll actually get to have
Prom as well.
yeah, a prom is what my son, who graduated last year, he didn't have a prom, he didn't have a senior week
So sad.
or any of those wonderful things. So you'll be able to have that, and you'll be able to have a freshman year, hopefully,
Yes.
on campus with new friends.
Right.
So in wrapping up our discussion, Benita, would you like to say any other things about what AKA is doing with the community?
Yes, we are continuing to be out here. We're hoping that very soon that we can get back having more face-to-face so that we can reach out and touch with our community. Right now we've been virtual. However, we're going to continue to get back to the community. We're here to serve, and we're here to educate, advocate, bring awareness to our community, and especially our community of color.
And how long have you been president?
I've been president 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Very good.
2.5
Very good.
years.
Well, it's been a pleasure. And you can put the sign up as we sign off. We've been talking to Benita Swindell. She's the president of the Psi Epsilon Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and Kaci Harris, owner of KM Beauty. That's a beautiful that's a beautiful check there.
Thank you.
And can you just move it right and left a little bit? There we go. You've been watching the Sisters for Fitness Wellness Show. I'm Stephanie Gaines-Bryant. Enjoy the rest of your day.